Well, it seems there's little left to know about the legendary singer and actress Judy Garland. But Rupert Gould's adaptation of Peter Quilter's stage play, written for the screen by Tom Edge, attempts to portray the last gasps of her career in Judy. Desperate for money so that she could keep her children, Norna and Joey, living with her, despite the efforts of her former husband Sid Luft, Rufus Sewell, to claim custody, she agrees to a stint in London, singing at a supper club run by Bernard Delfont, Michael Gambon. Assigned to look after her is Rosalind, Jessie Buckley, who finds trouble on her hands because of Judy's reliance on drugs and alcohol. Judy had at this stage met and married young Mickey Deans, Finn Ritrock, who tried but failed to reignite her career. The film begins with young Judy, Darcy Shah, being bullied by Louis B. Mayer on the set of The Wizard of Oz. There can be no delays in production for him. But then it moves on to Judy in her late 40s. Her movie career is over. She has very little money.
I'm very sorry, but your suite has been released.
What do you mean, released? Where exactly has it gone?
Your account was in arrears.
In fact, the film could have done without those scenes of her early life because the shining light in the film is Renee Zellweger's performance as this skittish, vulnerable woman of immense talent who is also so needy. Zellweger sings all the songs herself. Mind you, this is at a time when Garland's voice was not at its best, but she does amazing work bringing this fragile creature to life. At its worst, the film is banal. At its best, it relies on the talent of Zellweger to bring true pathos to this woman who had been so used and abused by the studio system, but who, despite her mental frailties, was a star to the end. Rupert Gould is known for his theatre direction. Perhaps he could have used a little more film nous to bring a truly memorable portrait of this legendary woman. However, the film, despite everything, is really moving. 4 stars, all for Zellweger.
Judy? Have you seen Judy?
There's an audience out there waiting to hear you sing.
My mouth's dry and it could fall off.
Listen to me.
Judy!
I can't. You'll be fine. On you go.
I'm interested in the challenges of playing Judy and not just the voice.
It just really felt like this shared series of experiments, trying things, and every day sort of celebrating something new about her. So it was difficult to think about it in terms of what was hard, you know? It was so alive on that set. Her music was playing, or we were all watching her show, or sharing bits that we had discovered the night before after work, you know, things like that. The conversation was ongoing. Her music was playing all the time. So it was this sort of shared hope to conjure little bits of her essence every day. And so it didn't feel like, oh, this thing where I have to really work to get this. It just felt like a joy, really.
Did you watch footage of her?
Oh, every day. Every day and every night. Going to sleep, I fall asleep with the phone on my face. I know that's really healthy, but I did. You know, wake up with, you know, Judy here in my headphones, you know, always. Yeah.
Because the mannerisms are so distinctive and they're beautifully captured, I think.
Thank you.
And you were always going to sing the role?
Well, according to Rupert, I had a good campaign going for trying to convince him of all the reasons why I shouldn't. But you know, he's a director of a theater in London, and he has had lifelong relationships with singers and performers. And there was something that's indelible about the exchange that happens between an audience and a singer in a live environment. And being that we're talking about one of the greatest entertainers of all time, whose bliss was living in that moment of sharing, just having a really beautiful human exchange with an audience. It just made sense. And I appreciate it now. Now I appreciate why he wanted to do that. So.
Tell me about aiming for that truth in performance, because a lot that's been written about you has really given you a lot of credit for getting that essence of truth in your characters.
Oh, that's kind. That's really kind. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, because that's the hope, the ultimate hope.
But what do you do to get that?
I just try to understand as much as I can. You know, I'm very greedy for the information. I want to learn as much as I can and try to empathize extract anything that feels unnecessary and extract anything that feels untrue to me. Empathy, really.
What sort of roles are the ones that you're looking for? Are you looking for challenges?
It's usually not interesting if there's no challenge in it, you know. There's all kinds of things that I find interesting, but I like good storytelling. I like something that feels necessary. I don't like things that feel. Well, when I read it, I kind of have a gauge about whether or not it needs to be made. I'll ask myself if it needs to be made and if I would go see it myself. And those are at the top of the list. And if there's a no there, then it usually doesn't ring true to me. And I don't really have any interest in participating because someone who does connect to it would do a better job, you know?
Dreams that you dare to dream really do come true.